Chiswick Book Festival Young People's Poetry Competition. And this year we have the well-celebrated poet Roger McGough, who is going to be handing out the prizes this year. So Roger McGough, thank you so much for stopping to chat to us. You've just been giving out the prizes for the 8th annual Chiswick Book Festival Young People's Poetry Awards. How was it to be involved this year?
Oh, well, great. I mean, there's nothing nicer than giving your children presents, you know, for having worked hard and written poems. And as I said to them, actually, in the few words I said afterwards, it's so important nowadays in education, where so much emphasis on league tables and winning and, cutting out things like music, art, poetry, literature, you know, for me is so important.
I mean, would you say that poetry is a dying art today? Because obviously we're living in the digital age.
Not at all, no. Funny enough, that's always been a question I'm asked, is poetry dying? It never is, no, it's always out there. And I think in a funny way, even though people are suspect and worried about the digital age, as you say, it's access to a lot of young people. A lot of young people are just writing poems, performing them on YouTube. You know, there's an audience for them quicker. For a lot of people, when I was younger, when I was your age, even younger, you had to write a poem and get it published in a magazine, you know, in a posh magazine. Nowadays, if you want people to know your work, you can put it online. It doesn't make it good, but at least it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. It's what you feel and you feel it.
Have you got any hints and tips for any young writers?
The thing is, people who want to be a poet and write poetry, they will do it. Like most things, you know, if you really want to do it. Don't be afraid. Enjoy it. Love it. You're lucky if you pick up a pen or go to your typewriter, computer, whatever, find a blank wall, write your poem. Get on with it.
My last question as well. Do you think that it's still important to write ideas down on paper rather than on a computer?
That's a funny question, because most people would say no. I do, because I'm at the school. I do like writing first. When I write my poem, I always write it first on paper. Then I go to the screen. But if I go straight to the screen, straight to computer, it looks too finished.
So Nikki and Susie, Nikki, you actually organise the Chiswick Book Festival Young People's Poetry Competition. Where did you come up with the idea to do this in the first place?
Well, we were very concerned that schools tend to focus so much on curriculum. There's a lot of pressure around for children, and sometimes we feel there's a bit of a loss of creativity, and we thought, wow, let's try and encourage creative writing. And one of the best ways of getting children writing is through poetry, reading books, but writing poetry, because it is often a great stepping stone for them. And so, Susie's been teaching poetry for many years.
Years, and competitions have reduced in London. I used to do the Times Ed, and then SATIPs and various other things. So we all sort of came up with this idea 8 years ago, and it's just thrived, and it's marvellous because our children look forward to it so much.
What kind of things are you guys looking for from young poets?
Empathy with the language, a feel for words, a feel for unusual thoughts, unusual ideas, comparing. Roger McGough said something about his child said to him that the candle was crying. That was the beginning of a poem. So beautiful.
And I think that showing a way of handling words that can really show emotion, that can really paint a picture, be that an emotional feeling or sensation or an important moment in time. Poems can really capture the essence of what it is to be human, and often we find the children really, some of the poems are incredibly moving.
But how important is it for you to have somebody like Roger McGough there who can actually read his own poems and show how he's been such a talented writer over the years, and get the children hearing his work as well?
Oh, it's wonderful for them in terms of just having a role model and access to writers. It's quite difficult for children. Schools try very hard, but to be face to face with a real writer is wonderful. And often they talk to the children individually afterwards, and they'll remember this for life, really. And hopefully, we hope, they get spurred on to continue writing well through their childhood.
I think he ignites a flame. I was looking at their faces as he was talking, and you could see they were thinking, oh yes, I can do that.
And who are the sponsors for this fantastic event this year?
Chiswick W4 have always been sponsors, and Trotters have been fantastic sponsors. Goodie bags with lovely books and prizes.
Well, it's absolutely fantastic to see so much young talent on the stage today, and congratulations to all of the young poetry winners and everybody who took part. And great as well to see the inspiration that Roger McGough has given to the young people who were on the stage as well today.